Hey everyone, I'm NornQueenAlexis and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are talking about one of my favorite things in all of Warhammer 40k. We are talking about my tank collection. And if this title didn't give it away, I have a lot of tanks. I think the total count is 27, but for this video there's going to be 25 tanks in this video here because 2 aren't built yet. And a few need to be redone. I'm going to be talking about the tanks in my collection, ranging from Sisters of Battle, Adeptus, Custodes, and Space Marines. Ironically, I don't have any Imperial Guard tanks. I actually traded off a few, so I don't have Chimeras, nor do I have Leman Russes anymore. Yeah, so that's a pickle. Whatever, is what it is. But we're going to be going over tanks. Now, before anybody says, Alexis, did you know that the Rhino isn't actually a tank, it's an armored personnel carrier? And I'm just going to be like this. Its rule says tank. Shoosh your face. I don't know real world tanks. I know they go bang and things explode and people die, and they're slowly being replaced by drones. Well, actually, Alexis, they're still armored personnel carriers and they're not tanks. And I'm going to be like, whatever, I'm talking about 40k tanks, where they have the tank keyword. And that covers hover tanks. I mean, how would we class that in the real world? That would just be crazy. Guess we would class it as, like, a drone. I don't know. Anyway. I want to talk about one of the reasons why I really like the Warhammer 40k tanks really quickly. The tanks in 40k are silly looking. They are obviously silly looking. Like, the Baneblade in no way, shape, or form would actually be a functional battle tank. It would be silly at best and only work in a fictional setting because it's slow moving and because it's such an easy and big target that it would be destroyed in a matter of seconds if it hit the battlefield. Well, probably a matter of hours once they did a bombing run to it, because the thing doesn't really have an AA option. Huh. Anyway, there are things like the Rhino, which are based off of real-world tanks, which I think are really cool. Well, in this case, armored personnel carriers, but still a tank nonetheless. And you have things like the Spartan, which is based off of World War I/World War II tanks, which were meant for going over, like, trenches and things of that nature. You have Land Raiders, which honestly look silly as they are completely silly, and I love them. And now you have the new Primaris tanks, which are loaded with guns, like too many guns, some would say. I would say never enough DACA. Okay? There is strictly never enough. I need more. DACA. Anyway. Jokes aside, let's take a look at all of these tanks and I will give you my thoughts and feedback and what tanks that I want in the future. And trust me, there's a rather large list. Anyway, let's take a look at these tanks. So, going over all of the tanks in my collection, there is quite a lot. Holy cow. I don't even know really where to start. So let's just do a little bit of an overview really quickly. Some of my tanks are a little bit dusty. I really need to get some canned air and blow all the dust off of them. This one's not so much so, but some of the ones that I don't use, especially the Baneblade, is a little bit dusty. I think this one's getting a little bit dusty too. It's just, Land Raiders aren't that good this edition. So, I want to just point this out. This stuff over here, this Vindicator, this Land Raider, that Land Raider, and the 2 Rhinos in the back, or Razorbacks in the back, they still need to be completely washed. All the paint removed. That one had its paint removed and needs to be repainted, as well as this one. This one right here also. Okay, so I think we'll start over with the Sisters of Battle because, well, we'll start off with my favorite. I have 3 Exorcists sitting over here, and you'll notice that there's no whirlwinds in my army. I typically just take this turret and just go, where's a Rhino? Wow, for once I need a Rhino. Let's go with this one back here. Look, it's a whirlwind. Anyway, I typically just field them if I need Hypronuses or they're Exorcists. I do want to get a couple with the organs, but not too excited about those ones. I like these ones just a little bit better. I think they make a lot more sense. And to be honest, I think this should be a separate entry than the one with the organ. I think the Sisters of Battle should get the Whirlwind Hypronus. They should really get all of these Space Marine variant vehicles, because there's no reason that they wouldn't be able to buy some of them. Keep in mind the Ecclesiarchy buys their vehicles in the war gear and everything, so that's a thing. Though they do get some cool tanks. They do get some cool ones. So Triple Exorcist over in the corner. These are pretty mediocre in game. If they were D6 plus 3, they would be amazing. Or if they could fire without needing a line of sight. Or if they were 2D3, I would take 2D3. Because I hate D3 weapons, but I would take 2D3. So moving over from them, we have an Immolator, an Immolator, an Immolator, a Rhino, an Immolator, and an Immolator. Various weapons on each one, including multi-meltas and heavy flamethrowers. I never take them with heavy bolters. If I need heavy bolters, I just put them on Sisters. One Rhino. Yes, you will notice that there is a rather cute girl on there. Most of these are pretty much finished, but a lot of them do need to be touched up a little bit. There's a little bit of dust on them. I do apologize for that. And as I actually look closer, you can see my bad paint jobs. But I digress. I find the Immolator to not be as useful as the Repressors. The Repressors are just better than them in pretty much every way. It's every bit of damage these can do with their 2 multi-meltas. I could just slap 6 multi-meltas inside this and fire them turn 1 after moving. Like, move, all on 4s, shoot 6 multi-meltas out of it. So it's better in every way. Or you just put some melta-guns inside it and it's still better. I digress. Speaking of Repressors, we have a total of 4 Repressors. Then we have 1 Sororitas Land Raider. This also has the ability to become a Hypronus, or just to look a little bit more Sororitas-esque. I made this as a joke, using the 2017 chapter approved and their exact wording. And then I talked to the design team that did this, and they said, yeah, that's totally cool. And I was like, oh, sweet. So, Sororitas Land Raider that I use for open play games that no one plays. Because everything is matched play. Because why would you not play matched play? Speaking of oddly Sororitas stuff, we have my Sororitas Baneblade. Why this thing is a Sororitas Baneblade is because, well, it's a Sororitas Baneblade. I don't really need to explain it, it's just kinda cool. I used a lot of Dark Angel iconography on it to give it the more angelic look. And yeah. I kind of want to put a dozer blade on the front of it. Like a big one, like this one. Maybe a few of these put together. I think that'd be kind of cool for the front of this. Moving on from the Sisters of Battle, because there really isn't too much for them, we have the Grey Knights and their special Land Raider that is special. The Inquisition can actually take this as a dedicated transport, which I think is pretty cool. So yeah, there's that one. And that's pretty much it for my Grey Knights. I don't have many Grey Knights. I have like 1,000 points of Grey Knights. They're all unpainted and they're just kind of sitting on the sidelines, wishing that they were good. Behind them, we have the Cadelis Grav Assault Tank with the I have no idea gun on top of it. I honestly don't remember what this thing is called. It's the grav tank for the Custodians that's really solid right now. And behind it we have a Land Raider for the Adeptus Custodes. Their Land Raider significantly got worse since it's since they put it into the Codex. It is pretty bad. It honestly is terrible. And I feel bad for my Land Raiders. You'll see some unpainted tanks in the back. And I think that's it for Custodes. Moving on to Space Marines, we have 3 Sakaran Arcus or Arsis tanks, which are the Scorpius Whirlwind turrets on top of it, which are absolutely devastating. They don't need line of sight. They're like a crazy number of shots. They have 2 las cannons at the side and heavy bolter. You should do 3 heavy bolters, which is the cheaper option, but I love las cannons. I'm sorry, I love my las cannons. They're so good to me. Standing in front of them, we have the Sakaran battle tank. This one is painted up and looks all pretty. Also has a chibi on the side of it. Look at that, that's cute. In front of them, we have 3 Predators, all decked out for las cannons. 4 las cannons on each one. We have a Razorback right there with some chibi artwork on the side of it. This was done up by Rockstar Sanguinius, who has the Weeb Angels. He has appeared on the channel multiple times. Then we have my badly painted Spartan Assault Tank. It is badly painted, and I kind of don't take it because it's badly painted. Now, for the more garbage-looking section of my army, we have a Rhino, a Razorback, missing their turrets, so they... Calm down. So they do need their turrets. Then we have 2 Land Raiders, both decked out for las cannons. They need a lot of work. Still debating whether or not I want to keep them or just sell them off and try again. It is 2 Land Raiders though, yeah. And then we have 2 Vindicators. Vindicators are still terrible. They will always be terrible, and they are garbage this edition. But I love them. They're like my little turtles. Oh, little turtle. Boop. And then we have, finishing off my other Space Marine army, we have my Primaris Repulsor. It is tricked out like crazy to be a support tank. So it has all of these duffel bags all over it, everything. Computer panels, everything. Relaying information to the allies that they take into battle. And spin that back around. It is not on its stand because its stand is dumb and I hate it. But in total we have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have like 25 tanks sitting here. Now, to go over the stuff that I want. So if you don't know, I have 5 Space Marine armies. I have Dark Angels, Blood Angels. I have the Sons of Garrow. I have the Lost and the Martyred, which is my Primaris Space Marine company. Wait, that's 4. What is the 5th one? No, it's Dark Angels, Blood Angels. Sons of Garrow, them. There's one more Space Marine company and I'm forgetting it completely. And I know I'm forgetting it, and it's going to bug me. Oh, Ultramarines. Quite literally, Ultramarines. So 5 Space Marine armies. And that's why I have so many Space Marine tanks, but all of my tanks are going to be painted up as Sons of Garrow, which is this green and beige color scheme, which is more like the Dusk Raiders of old or the 30k variant of Death Guard. So that's the whole plan with them. So to go over the Space Marines, what I actually want for this army, not counting those 2 back there, I want to get a total of 3 Razorbacks, all with heavy bolter and las cannons, so I can switch out between the 2. I want to get a Land Raider Achilles, 2 more Spartans to go along with that one, a Typhon, and a Cerberus. And that'll finish off the... Well, no, it won't. Because then there's the Sakarans. I love the Sakaran battle tanks. So I want to get 2 more regular Sakaran battle tanks. I want to get 3 Venatori, 3 Punishers, and 3 Omega Tank Destroyers. I want a total of 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 15 Sakaran tanks, because I am ridiculous and love the rule of 3s. I have this thing where if I could take 3 of it, I will take 3 of it. I don't know why. It's probably because I played Yu-Gi-Oh! For so long as a kid that I knew 3 is the magic number. I want to get Legion Basilisks and Demos Vindicator Laser Destroyers. I'm going to get 3 of those. And that'll cover it for the Space Marines. What I'm trying to do is have a full Devastator company. My 4th company of my Sons of Garrow is the Devastator company. They operate more like the legions of old. So each company was dedicated to a certain specific task. So fourth company is Devastator Company, first company is Veterans, and I have third company, which is Tactical Assault Squads. So, you know, the typical battle companies. So I have 3 companies of Space Marines for the Sons of Garrow. Then I intend to, pretty much all the tanks are going to Sons of Garrow, and everything else is going to be infantry, or bikes, or jump infantry, in the case of Blood Angels. Going over the Custodes, I intend to get 2 more of this tank. No more Land Raiders, because I don't need them. I want to get the Custodes Grav tank. I'm going to say these names wrong, and I so apologize. I am so sorry for saying these names wrong. The Palace Grav Attack. Weird name. I want to get 3 of those. It's the big fat one with the 2 smaller guns on it that looks kind of like a Razorback turret that transports infantry. Then I want to get the Custodes Grav Annihilator and the Custodes other tank. There's 2 variants of this tank. I want to get both of them. I want to get 3 of each, and I want to get the transport tank in 3s. Moving on to the Guard, I pretty much want all the Forge World tanks. It's ridiculous, but I want the Forge World tanks. I really, really, really like the Forge World tanks. I think they look so much better than the regular ones. I want all the Malcadors, all the Makaris. I want the Centaur, Assault Carrier, the Venator Tank Destroyer, the Vanquishers, the Annihilators. They're all so cool, and I want all the aircrafts because I'm terrible and I want them. Now, one army you're not going to see here is Sisters of Silence, but for them, I want 3 rhinos and 3 of their crazy flying transports, which the name of which escapes me. So I do apologize about that. But all in all, I just wanted to kind of do a video about all of my tanks. There's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if you include the Spartans, 6 Land Raiders in this battle company of tanks thing, which technically they're APCs. Which ones would actually be tanks if we just went strictly by what a tank is? I think these wouldn't count. They're artillery. These wouldn't count. These wouldn't count. That's a tank. Okay, so we got 1. We got 2. All right, we're up to 2. 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. No, wait, those are tank destroyers. I guess that counts as tank, right? So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in total. Or 8 with this thing. So 8 actual tanks, the rest are APCs. Oh, yeah, and those are artillery. Actually, that's weird. Is that artillery or is that tank? Huh. I never know what to count as artillery, what to count as tank destroyers, what to count as actually battle tanks, what to count as APCs. Space Marine tanks are really confusing. So, anyway, guys. That was my entire tank collection. As of right now, you heard me talk about how I want to expand this in the future. It is going to take years to do that, by the way. Years. Not just immediate. I'm not going to buy like $10,000 worth of tanks all at once. That's ridiculous. Let's be real. And that is more of wish listing than anything else. But overall, I really, really, really enjoy the tanks of Warhammer 40k. They are one of the few things that originally got me into it, aside from chainswords, which I thought were so cool. Sorry, that is my bad. But overall, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like this video. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. Ring that stupid bell thingy, which is like right over here, I think. Or it's over here. Either way, ring that stupid bell thingy so YouTube actually shows you my videos, because for some reason you need to do that now. Because subscribing to a channel is just silly. Anyway, guys, if you also like this, comment down below. Also, check out all of the links in the description down below. There you can follow me on all sorts of social media that I post a lot on social media. I have an Instagram, a Twitter, a Facebook. I have a ton of different things. I have a Patreon. Patreon goes a long way to help supporting the channels, and I want to thank each and every single one of the patrons that help me out with the channel and keep it growing into the future. If you guys want to be awesome, please check out the Patreon. Donate $1 a month. It goes a long way to helping me out. Anyway, as always, I'm NornQueenAlexis. Love you guys. Bye.